Alexis, do me a favor. Close your eyes and picture the greatest first date that you could ever go on.
Ooh, that's hard, but okay.
Okay? Now pretend you didn't pass out 1 hour in after too many White Claws.
Oh.
Even
It'd
in
be
her
good.
imagination.
I mean, wait,
She opened her eyes. You ruined the whole image for her.
Okay.
He said I passed out. That really threw me off.
Well, okay. Well, now, let's pretend that all that good stuff happened. What if
Okay.
after the best date of your life,
Okay.
that same person completely ghosted you on night 2?
Oh.
Because one of our
Wait, is
listeners
she still
says...
passed out? Is that
Yeah,
why?
wait.
Do I get to keep everything I use their imaginary credit card to buy on this
Sure,
ideal
you
date?
get to
Okay.
hold on to all that stuff.
Just saying.
Well, one of our listeners says that just happened to him with no
Whoa.
explanation. And unlike Alexis, he was conscious for the entire thing. And it
Feels like you don't want to be on the second part.
it has him questioning everything. You'll probably be questioning it too when you hear about the best first date ever and how it went all wrong on night 2 in your brand new second date update. Next. I saw a TikTok recently that said if you're on the dating apps right now,
Yeah.
it's like the last chopper out of Vietnam.
Oh, no. That's
where
sad.
a couple years ago, it was actually working. You could
Yeah.
find quality matches on there that weren't Russian bots. But now it's like wading through the wet trash compactor that Luke Skywalker got dumped into on the Death Star.
There
my
are
gosh.
so many analogies here that I don't quite understand.
happening.
It's
You
a-
get it's bad, Brooke.
It's a
right?
gloomy, dark scene on the dating apps
Oh,
right now.
I was-
And one of our
okay.
listeners says that he is just about done with it. If we can't reconnect him with the woman that he went out with last week,
Oh, that's it?
he might be done completely.
It's the straw that's going to break the camel's back. I'm trying to add another,
man.
like, some sort of analogy.
Everybody says that every week.
Yeah.
All right.
It'd be nice to have one from like this century, but that's okay, bro.
We're talking about Vietnam.
So his name is Thomas. Thomas, welcome to the show.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me.
Now, Thomas, I know that your email was very down on yourself, but maybe you were just like super emotional. You don't actually mean that you're ready to give up on the apps entirely, are you?
I've been on these dating apps now for about 2 years, and
Okay.
I mean, I'm just losing hope. It's just gotten
Losing
worse and
hope.
worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're such a ray of positivity.
Okay.
I mean,
Uh,
I listen. I started out in it with plenty of hope, but I'm losing it now because I mean, I don't feel like I'm asking for much. Like I just want somebody
Yeah.
that I get along with, that I share things
yeah.
with.
Okay.
I think it's
whoa,
interesting-
slow down with your long list of demands for the perfect woman.
I mean, I feel like I've been doing things right, and I've had good conversations with women. We've had some things in common. There seems to be a spark in that I don't hear back from them, or they don't even show up.
Okay, but
Yeah.
wait,
But-
did this woman show up for you? You said you went
This
out on a
woman
date.
did. This woman did. Her name is Diane.
Diane.
And I put so much into this date.
Can I ask right off the bat, did you complain about the scene, the
Excuse me.
dating scene the entire
yeah,
time with
that's
Diane?
true.
I'm just going to cut to the chase here.
No, I did not. We honestly, we had a wonderful date. We went to
you
this
did?
Mediterranean restaurant,
Okay.
and
Oh.
she had a beautiful smile. There was great eye contact. Like she wasn't on her phone the whole time. She was actually listening and
That's
interacting.
And I'm
Really good.
assuming you're going in with zero expectations since you don't have much
Honestly-
faith in the process at this point.
I was ready to just eat alone, and she showed up. That already surpassed expectations.
I like that
Nice.
mentality. If you go in thinking like
I'm
it's going to
gonna
be
eat alone.
terrible, then it's going to be great no matter what, as long as they show up.
He's going to start sitting down and he's going, look, I'll just order
man.
right now. She's not going to show up. Let me get that. And then she goes, oh, you're halfway in the meal.
Best date ever.
Oh my God.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah, I'm glad I only ordered like one cocktail before she got there.
Okay.
Good.
And
Yeah.
what was it like when you first saw her?
I mean, like I said, she had a beautiful smile, really like focused on me on the date, which was nice. And
Aw.
she loves horror movies like I do. And like, I expected us to be there for like an hour, but we were there. We talked for over 4 hours at the
Whoa.
restaurant.
What?
What? At the restaurant the entire time?
Yeah.
Oh my God, the waiter was just so annoyed with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the waiter's like, ooh.
Were you ordering more drinks in between that time? I'm just thinking from the waiter's perspective. They would really hate you.
There were a couple, but we had a good long talk. I mean, we ended up closing the restaurant
Oh
down.
my
Oh,
gosh.
wow.
I mean, I could understand just on that experience alone why you'd be so mystified why this woman isn't calling you back.
Yeah.
Well, especially because we agreed on another date.
when you say you agreed on another date, did you guys like set a day and a time, or were you?
We
like,
had agreed to go out afterwards. We were going to meet at the same restaurant next week,
Oh.
like the following week.
Oh, the same
Oh,
one.
interesting. Okay.
Why would you do the same one?
I mean, if the vibes are so good at that one place,
Like
well,
it so
just
much?
keep it going.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's good.
I think we just had such a great time. We wanted to keep the ball rolling.
That's
Huh.
good. And that could be your place someday. Like, oh, this is our first 2 dates we're here.
I
So
mean,
you
that
took
is
the
cute.
chopper out of Nam and then decided to fly right back into it.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's not.
How did your
Losing
second
me.
tour go?
Well, that's the thing. She never showed up.
Oh, she ditched.
Oh,
Wait.
no.
Wait, what?
On the second time, she didn't show up?
She never showed up. I was there for over half an hour. I texted her, no response.
And had you
Oh,
guys texted
man.
in the week between, like, oh, can't wait to see you,
Yeah, I'd had a couple of texts, back and forth with her, and
Oof. Maybe that's the problem.
Wow, no, that
I don't
would be
know.
good.
The confirming of the second date.
You
Yeah.
always have to confirm plans at least 3 times before they actually happen.
Or is it
Yeah.
better to leave a little mystery?
No, it's not. Look at no.
Are we on for tonight?
Yeah.
Are we?
Are we? I guess you'll have to show up and find out.
yeah, I didn't know the magic rule was 3, but duly noted, I guess, for the future. But she just wasn't there, and then she hasn't responded to any of my calls or texts since.
Oh, that's cold,
Yikes,
dude.
Dude, I'm sorry.
Now you guys know why I want to get off of these apps because, again, we spent 4 hours
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
talking and then a no-show on the second
Yeah.
date.
Being stood up is bad. It's
Yeah.
next level.
Yeah.
Alex, you've never been stood up before.
Well, I can imagine. It's not nice.
So funny.
I've heard it sucks.
So funny.
Just the
Image is
horror.
sound in my head.
Okay.
It is.
We're going to try and make a happier image come out of all of this.
Yeah, we got this.
Because we're
guys.
going to come back. We're going to call Diane for you and try and get you your second date update. Get you out of Nam once and for all.
Okay.
Right,
We can
right after
really
this.
stop with that.
No, we're going to drive this one home.
Oh, God.
We're going to do it right after this. Hold on. Imagine 4 hours of nonstop laughter
Oh.
and sharing stories and dreams, 2 desserts,
Oh.
1 spoon.
That sounds lovely, Jeffrey.
I don't know if that really happened.
Oh
on
my
the
God.
date.
If there was
I'm,
only 1 spoon, I'm sorry, I'd be out.
Yeah.
Come on.
Unless you're giving
Bad.
me the spoon.
I'm just picturing in my
Yeah.
mind the best date ever because that's what
Yeah.
Thomas described to us earlier when he met up at a restaurant with Diane. Maybe it was 3 desserts, no spoon.
I think you usually do 1 dessert and 2 spoons, Jeff.
No, the
to
more
share.
spoons, the
I just-
worse it's going.
Yeah, no spoons, hands behind the back, custard eating.
Lady in the tramping a mud pie off of each other's fingers. That is the best date night ever.
That visual will haunt me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
I honestly don't know. All I do know is that Thomas is about to give up on the dating apps if this doesn't work out for him. And we're not going to let that happen, right, Brooke?
That's right. We got you, Thomas.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I appreciate y'all.
Yeah. Thomas, you haven't heard from her at all after she stood you up.
Nothing. Complete radio silence.
So are you
Wow.
mad going into this?
I mean, a little bit, but to be honest, I'm just exhausted, and I
Okay.
just kind of want to know why.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me, is all.
Okay. All right. You're defeated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best word. Yeah.
I don't like
Sorry
that
to bring
word.
the energy down, but yeah.
Why are you putting it like that? I am hopeful.
Brooke, you said that's right like 1 minute ago.
I know. Well, I'm hopeful for you too. We're gonna hold you up. Okay. We're gonna reinflate you.
Okay.
Because he's deflated.
Inflation?
I
I
don't
know
know.
what Brooke's trying to do.
We're
Okay.
gonna prop you up and make this happen.
All right. If you'd like to hire Brooke to give a pep talk to your company, make sure you go to brookeandjeffrey.com.
Or sports team.
Yeah, sure.
I'm also
You know
available
what we
for.
gotta do? We gotta lift her.
Let's inflate stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
There we
Here we go.
Hello.
Hey, is this Diane?
Yes, this is her.
We got her. Okay.
Well, she's
Diane,
alive.
what's up? You're on the radio right now with Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
Okay.
Hey, Diane.
Most people cheer when we say that, but that's okay.
Actually,
does that.
yeah, not one person has
Well,
ever done that,
that's
Diane.
what
So
I'm
don't
hoping
feel
for
any
one
pressure. We're excited
All
to
right.
talk to you, though.
Yeah, we're glad you answered.
I'm like in the middle of something. Can you? I don't know what's going on.
Oh, okay. We're in
We
the
are
middle of
too.
something, too. It's called a second date update. And I think our thing's probably more important.
Oh, don't do that.
Okay, sorry. No, we have a listener who went on a date with you recently and hasn't really been able to meet up a second time. It's really bumming him out. And he just doesn't know why. His name's Thomas.
Oh, okay.
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 You know Thomas.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know Thomas.
Yeah.
Okay.
We figured because you guys spent quite a while together the other night at a restaurant having what sounded like a really nice time.
Yeah, he told us that you really connected.
I mean, most people don't close down a restaurant when they're having a bad time with each other.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, we had a good date the other night. Yeah.
So you admit it. Ha!
Wait, what?
Got her, Jeff.
What? I mean, if you had a good date, then why didn't you show up the second time?
Yeah, we're all
Usually you'd want another
confused,
one.
and Thomas is especially confused. Because apparently you were supposed to meet up again the following week at the same exact restaurant, and you ghosted. You didn't even show.
First of all, I did not ghost him.
What? He was there and you
Yeah,
weren't.
you
Yeah,
did.
he showed up and he says you weren't there.
Yeah, no, I went to the restaurant. I got there early and I left before I got there, but I did not ghost him.
You left before he got there?
Yeah.
You can't have a date at two different times.
Yeah.
She's like,
just
I was there
doesn't-
last week. It counts.
You know, I was really looking forward to our date, and I actually got there 15 minutes early.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
When I got there, you know, the host, when I got there, was paying really, like, a lot of attention to me.
Like in a way that
And-
made you uncomfortable, the way you said that?
Yeah, it was like they were familiar with me.
Well, you were.
You closed down the place the week before. Maybe they know you.
Oh, yeah. They've
recognize
probably
you.
been complaining about you all
Yeah.
week. We heard you took the table for 4
She's
hours.
back. Get put her in a corner.
Yeah.
Actually, it was kind of the opposite. They put me at the nicest table you could possibly be at in the
What?
restaurant.
Oh.
Yeah, just
Whoa.
like a beautiful view of the city.
Oh.
Wow.
Why is this an issue?
Did you know somebody?
Oh, that sounds really nice.
Yeah, that's
Um,
hard.
Well, there were like rose petals all over the table. My favorite drink, I told him I was a gin and tonic, and he had it like it was there waiting.
That's so
He
cute.
set it up for you.
Oh my gosh.
What part of this is bad in your mind?
Well, it was a lot for a second date.
It's just a
yeah.
gin and tonic and a
Romantic.
couple of
The
rose
rose
petals.
petals.
Yeah,
Rose
the
petals?
rose petals are pretty
Wait,
romantic.
is that bad?
That's like an
Alexis?
anniversary thing.
But
Exactly.
he was excited.
It's not an anniversary though. It's a second date, and it honestly felt like a proposal.
That much? Girl, you need to set your sights higher if you think that's a proposal.
Okay, well, hold on. Let's just hear her out a little bit. So that all those nice gestures made you feel uncomfortable?
Like I just couldn't figure out. It was just like, what does he want from me? Like it just was so. It was
Ugh,
so
God.
much.
Isn't that awful that that's your first thought? Like,
Yeah,
that sucks.
so
I mean,
jaded.
honestly, like, what if all he wanted was to show you that he liked you?
Well, he should have
Yeah.
stuck with the gin and
I
tonic.
mean,
then.
that's great and all, but I just, from my experience, no man actually acts like that. It's like a cartoon version
Yeah.
of what a
I
man,
could see.
you know.
I could definitely see both sides of the argument
Yeah,
where
I could too.
maybe he was trying to be nice, maybe
Too hard.
it was a little bit too much, too fast.
There's a
But to
balance
just
here.
leave him? To
Yeah.
ditch him?
Yeah, that's
Scared her
true.
off.
That part
At least-
was a little rough, but the good news is we can make everything better with a simple action, and that's by putting Thomas on the phone with you right now because he's actually on the other line waiting to talk to you.
Oh no.
Don't think of this as another grand romantic gesture. This is just a casual phone convo.
Yeah, we can insult you if you want.
In fact, pretend
Make
like
it less
we're not
romantic.
here and say hi to each other.
Thomas?
Yeah, hi. I thought I was being very like sweet and considerate, and I was trying to show you like I was also listening and paying attention to you, and
Right.
I didn't realize.
I mean, I
it was coming
understand.
off so
It is,
creepy.
very sweet. I just like you. I think. I mean, it just was a lot. We haven't even discussed what we wanted in our future
Oh.
or anything like that. So it was just the most grand gestures for just like meeting up again and wanting to get to know each other.
But, like, you didn't even stick around to even tell Thomas that it was too much. I bet, Thomas, you would have removed those
That's
rose
true.
petals as quickly as you could had you known, right?
Yeah, the only reason I put them there in the first place was because I thought she would like it, not
Yeah.
terrify her into disappearing off the face of the
Yeah.
planet.
Wasn't like, let's scare her a little bit. You guys got any rose petals around here?
Remember, she liked horror movies. You told us
yeah,
that.
this is kind of like one.
Should have left Something scary.
I should have wrote I'm watching you on the car.
He loves it.
It's actually rom-coms that terrify her.
Yeah. But I mean,
commitment.
just from hearing from him, Diane, I think his intentions were very pure, very like kind and thoughtful
Yeah.
and nice, not trying to overwhelm you with love.
It just got lost in translation, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I panicked and I just ran.
This conversation is going better. Thomas, do you still want us to play the romantic violin music, or do you want us to just ask the question?
Never
No,
asked
I
that.
thought it was the quartet that you had set
Well,
up.
yeah. You know what? We're going to skip all of that and just go right to the question, which is, Diane, would you like to go out on another date with Thomas that we would pay for? Yeah. And before she answers, Thomas, is there anything else that you just want to say to her to try and convince her to go out with you one more time? Now's your chance.
I don't appreciate being ghosted like that, but I did enjoy our date, and I would like to do another. Are you guys really playing?
I didn't play anything. That was just natural. That was the universe
Yeah,
putting
I think
music into the
Alexis is humming.
conversation.
That's it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Keep going, Thomas.
No. I would love to go on a second date with you, and I will slow things down
Oh,
if. Oh my God.
so funny.
That is so sweet, Diane.
Let them talk off air.
What
This
do
is
you
not
think,
gonna
Diane?
work.
One more date?
I mean, yeah, I would love to go on another date. It was just a lot. And now that I know you were coming from a good place, like that's a little different. I'm sorry. I panicked.
Oh, that's good.
Thomas, how are you feeling? Are you happy?
Yeah, I feel better at least getting a hold of her. Yeah.
We need to sound happier than that to match the music.
Yeah, this is the perfect ending.
Wow.
He lived happily ever after.
Congratulations,
tale.
Thomas. You got your second date.
Awesome.